You clicked on this video. That title, "You Will Stop Masturbating After You Know This." It's bold, I know. Maybe you're skeptical. Maybe you're curious. Maybe you're even a little defensive. But before you jump to conclusions, understand this. This isn't about shame. It's not about judgment. It's about one powerful understanding, a series of interconnected insights that could fundamentally change your relationship with this act, your energy, and your focus. What I'm about to share isn't often discussed this way. Stay with me. Let's be honest. Why are so many people, maybe even you, typing things into search bars like benefits of stopping masturbation, NoFap, or is masturbation bad? There's an underlying current of questioning, isn't there? A feeling that maybe, just maybe, something about this very private act, when unexamined or done out of pure habit or compulsion, could be holding you back. You might feel a lack of energy, a mental fog, difficulty concentrating, or a sense that you're not living up to your full potential. You might not even consciously connect it, but there's a curiosity, a quiet whisper asking, could there be more to my energy? Could my focus be sharper? Today, we're not going to rehash old myths or dive into moral arguments. We're going beyond the surface. The "this" I'm referring to is a deeper understanding of your own bioenergetic system, your dopamine pathways, your psychological drivers, and the subtle ways an unchecked habit can diffuse your most potent creative and motivational energies. We're going to connect some dots that might just give you that aha moment. By the end of this, you won't be forced to stop anything. You'll be empowered with knowledge that might make you choose a different path. A path with potentially profound benefits for your life. The first piece of the puzzle is understanding sexual energy, not just as a biological function for procreation, but as a potent source of your overall vital and creative energy. Many ancient traditions and modern thinkers alike speak of this. Think of it. The energy that can create life itself is immensely powerful. When this energy is constantly expended through habitual release, particularly when it's not a conscious, fulfilling act, but more of an automatic or compulsive one, what potential is being diverted? This isn't about saying release is bad. It's about recognizing the quantity and quality of energy involved. Some proponents of semen retention, or NoFap, report significant increases in motivation, drive, mental clarity, and physical stamina. They attribute this to the body conserving and redirecting this fundamental energy towards other pursuits, be it career goals, fitness, artistic endeavors, or spiritual growth. The theory is that this raw energy, when not expelled, is transmuted or sublimated into higher forms of expression. Why does this make people reconsider? Because if you're feeling chronically fatigued, unmotivated, or creatively blocked, and simultaneously engaging in frequent, perhaps unfulfilling habitual masturbation, the question arises, is there a connection? Could redirecting some of this energy provide the missing fuel for other areas of your life? The idea isn't to become a monk, unless that's your path, but to become conscious of where your most vital energy is flowing. Ask yourself, where do I want my deepest energies to be invested? Is my current habit serving that vision, or potentially depleting the resources for it? This perspective alone causes many to pause and reflect. This energy component is powerful, but it's closely linked to our brain chemistry, specifically our reward system. The second critical insight lies in understanding dopamine and your brain's reward system. Masturbation, especially with readily available, high-novelty stimuli like internet pornography, provides a significant and easy dopamine rush. Dopamine is often called the motivation molecule. It drives us to seek rewards. When your brain gets used to these intense, easily accessible dopamine spikes, a few things can happen. Firstly, natural rewards and everyday activities may start to feel less pleasurable or motivating. Why put in hard work for a delayed, moderate dopamine release from achieving a goal when you can get an instant, massive hit with little effort? This can lead to procrastination, apathy, and a general lack of drive for things that require sustained effort. Secondly, you might develop a higher tolerance, needing more and more of the stimulus or more extreme stimulus to get the same feeling of satisfaction. This is a hallmark of how addictive or compulsive patterns can form. This creates a loop. Feel bored, stressed, seek easy dopamine, temporary relief, dopamine crash, feeling worse. Seek again. If masturbation becomes your primary coping mechanism or your main source of pleasure, it can hijack this reward circuitry, making it harder to find motivation for other essential life activities. It's not the act itself, but the compulsive, high-frequency, low-effort seeking of intense dopamine that can be problematic. Understanding this makes many people consider abstaining or significantly reducing frequency to allow their dopamine receptors to reset, potentially restoring sensitivity to natural pleasures and boosting overall motivation for life's genuine rewards. So we have energy, we have dopamine. What about the mental aspect of self-control and focus? The third key insight is the profound connection between managing this habit and achieving enhanced mental clarity and self-discipline. Many who choose to abstain or moderate report a significant reduction in brain fog, an increase in their ability to concentrate for longer periods, and a stronger sense of self-control that permeates other areas of their lives. Think of your mental energy like RAM in a computer. If a significant portion of your thoughts, conscious or subconscious, are occupied by sexual fantasies, urges, the pursuit of stimuli, or the aftermath of release, like a dopamine crash or feelings of guilt for some, it leaves less RAM available for deep work, problem-solving, learning, and being present in your daily interactions. It's a constant background hum that can diffuse your focus. Choosing to consciously regulate this powerful urge is, for many, a foundational exercise in discipline. If you can master this, if you can choose where this potent energy flows, that sense of self-mastery often translates. The discipline built here can make it easier to stick to a diet, a workout routine, a challenging project, or any other goal that requires consistent effort and delayed gratification. It's like a muscle. The more you exercise conscious control, the stronger it gets. The reported clarity often comes from a combination of factors: better sleep, for some, more stable dopamine levels, less mental energy spent on the habit, and a redirection of that focus. This clarity allows for better decision-making and a more profound connection to one's true goals. These internal shifts are powerful. But what about how this habit might, for some, be impacting their external connections? The fourth insight, and this is a sensitive one, is how an unexamined or excessive reliance on masturbation, particularly when heavily intertwined with specific types of internet pornography, could potentially impact real-world intimacy and authentic connection for some individuals. This is not a universal statement, but it's a perspective worth considering if relationship depth is a goal. Constant exposure to the high-novelty, often unrealistic scenarios depicted in much online pornography can, for some, skew expectations of real-life sexual encounters and partners. It can lead to desensitization, where real-world intimacy might seem less stimulating by comparison. It can also, in some cases, contribute to issues like performance anxiety or difficulty connecting emotionally during sex if the mind is conditioned to specific, often unattainable, digital fantasies. The focus shifts from mutual pleasure and connection to chasing a sensation, often patterned by solo experiences. When masturbation becomes deeply entangled with objectifying content, it can subtly train the brain to see potential partners more as means to an end, rather than whole individuals to connect with on multiple levels. emotionally, intellectually, and spiritually. This isn't to say everyone experiences this, but if you find yourself struggling with genuine emotional intimacy, or if your sexual thoughts are predominantly objectifying, it's worth examining your private habits. Some individuals find that by reducing their reliance on solo stimulation tied to fantasy, they become more present, more attuned, and more capable of deeper, more fulfilling intimacy with a partner. Their sexual energy seeks genuine connection rather than just release. These 4 insights, energy, dopamine, discipline, and connection, are powerful. But the final piece is about your why. The 5th and perhaps most crucial insight that might lead you to reconsider your habits is simply asking, why am I doing this? Is this a conscious choice, a mindless habit, an escape, or a genuine expression of self-love and pleasure? The answer to this can be incredibly revealing. If you masturbate primarily when you're bored, stressed, lonely, anxious, or sad, using it as an emotional crutch or a way to numb out, then it's functioning as an escape mechanism. While occasional stress relief is understandable, if it's your default coping strategy, it prevents you from developing healthier ways to manage those emotions and address the root causes of your discomfort. Is it something you do on autopilot without really thinking about it at certain times of day or in certain situations? That's a habit. There's nothing inherently wrong with habits, but unexamined ones can run your life. A conscious choice, on the other hand, is deliberate. It's deciding to engage in an act because it feels genuinely good, appropriate, and aligned with your well-being at that moment, not just because it's Tuesday night. Simply bringing awareness to the why can be transformative. When you understand the underlying driver, you can then decide if that driver and the resulting action are truly serving your highest good. Many find that their habit isn't as fulfilling as they thought once they examine it. Now, after exploring all these perspectives, it is absolutely vital to reiterate, masturbation is a normal, natural human behavior. For many people, it's a healthy way to explore their sexuality, relieve stress, and experience pleasure, and it has no negative impact on their lives. This video, and the insights within, are for those who feel a disconnect, who are questioning their habits, who feel their energy is drained, their focus is scattered, or their use of masturbation has become compulsive or unfulfilling. It's about moving from an unconscious habit to a conscious choice. It's about understanding the potential opportunity costs and benefits so you can decide what's right for you. This is not a prescription for everyone to stop. It's an invitation to self-awareness and personal optimization for those who seek it. So, if after considering these insights, you do choose to stop, moderate, or simply become more mindful, what could that look like? It could mean more energy for your passions, sharper focus for your work or studies, deeper sleep, more present and authentic connections, a heightened sense of self-control and discipline, a greater appreciation for simple pleasures. For some, it's a profound shift. The this you were meant to know is that you have a choice, and that choice could unlock potentials you haven't yet tapped. This is a deep topic, and I'm curious to hear your journey. What are your thoughts on these insights? Have you experimented with moderating this habit, and what was your experience? Please share your perspective respectfully in the comments below. Your journey might inspire or help someone else. If this video offered you a new way of thinking or valuable insights, please give it a thumbs up. It helps more people discover this conversation. Share it if you know someone who's exploring self-improvement or questioning their habits. And for more content that dives deep into understanding yourself, unlocking your potential, and navigating life with greater awareness, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. If you feel your sexual behavior is causing you significant distress or feels out of control, please consider speaking with a therapist or a healthcare professional. Help is available. You're not alone.